going, don't know when I'll do it. I'm just getting by. I'm chosen.
Well, first of all, let me start this by saying I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High God written of in the Bible. And when I say the Most High, you'll hear me say that probably a few times. The reason why I use that is because through research and studies, I've realized that the word God is just a title, and it means power. We know that there's a lot of gods in this world, and I want to make sure that I'm following the Most High that created all of this. So I want to say that, I appreciate you for having me, and I give all praise to the Most High. Spirit, like, it was just to the point where it's like, what are you still doing holding on to something that you don't have the same heart that you had for it 4 years ago? You know what I mean? At that point, it's in vain. I wasn't waking up in the morning trying to figure out ways to prosper the barbershop like I used to. I wasn't trying to figure out ways to promote the barbershop in other regions and other cities and states like I used to. I wasn't trying to figure out the newest gadgets or whatever the best thing could be for the barbershop and the salon. And I realized that once that zeal is gone, what you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? Let it go. So, and a lot of it has to do with the people that work there also. Like, I didn't like the fact that I'm holding on to the ownership position, but my heart ain't in ownership. So with my heart not being ownership, they're probably going to be feeling the repercussions. They're not getting the full me. Of course, the lights stayed on, the bare minimums, but I like to, when I go into something, go 150% and see where that takes me. And I just know me. So if I can't do it all the way, I'll prefer let it go. So am I crazy? I would say I'm not crazy. But crazy is just an opinion, and it's based on the perception of the person who's calling the person crazy. So I can understand why people say I'm going crazy. I totally get it. I'm not mad at you. You know what I mean? Not you, but anybody that says that. I would say, though, ask the question. Do what you're doing. Or ask the questions, get more of an understanding before you paint that picture of that person. I would say I'm not crazy. I would say that I was crazy before. And I'll give you an example of why I believe that I was crazy prior to these changes. I've always tried to be a good person. I've always tried to help people out, try to help children, help people when I can, and not do things that are bad, I guess you could say, just on a broad statement. Excuse me. The fact that I became known in the city as somebody who is looked up to by children, and I value that. I really did. But at the same time, and business and things of that nature, and then became promoting and like I named the night that I had Thirsty Thursdays, which totally promotes alcohol consumption and getting wasted, getting tossed, tipsy, sloshed, whatever you want to call it. Those are contradicting. You know what I mean? Sometimes it was really hard for me sleeping at. I ain't gonna say it like that, but I've often had thoughts like, how am I holding up on one end during the daytime as a community, somebody, kids, people look up to in the community, in some aspects, not everybody, of course. But at the same time, at nighttime, I'm promoting this, promoting alcohol consumption and getting drunk and going home and sex and I'm promoting these things. And it was blatant. I had no problem with putting it out there, putting both of them out there, but they're totally two contradicting styles of living. Absolutely. To the point where I have little kids that I'm saying I'm cutting their hair 8, 9, 10 years old. Like, hey, when can I get to Thirsty Thursday? You feel me? Let me host Thirsty Thursday. It's like, I didn't even know what Thirsty Thursdays is. You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense. It's crazy. You know what I mean? If you're going to devote yourself to trying to be righteous, you got to be righteous in as many aspects as you can. And of course, I'm still not right. I'm still falling. I'm still doing things I shouldn't be doing, as everybody is. But on that scale, and that's just one aspect of me being crazy per se, because it's an environment that we were raised in that says that that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Pinpoint what's crazy. You got a man that turned himself into a woman and wasn't even a woman for a full year and was hailed the Woman of the Year by some magazine that's been around for decades. Pretty prestigious title, if you ask me. That doesn't make sense. That's crazy. This is the society that we live in. So, and that's, once again, that's just one more aspect. There's tons of aspects that if we really stop saying, I'm going to do it because this is just what is accepted, and you look for yourself and you say, that ain't right, we'll see that we live in a crazy society, you know. And then when you take yourself out of society, you may be looked at as crazy. And like I said, I totally get it. I'm not mad at anybody. I may have looked at somebody that's in my shoes a couple years ago and contemplated them being crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I still would have rather asked them some questions or looked into some of the things that's in their mind now to get them to the point. I just got a genuine care for people. I love people, and I'm just a little bit more. I've got to just dissect the situations a little bit more than I was before. I'm jumping into anything before because I wasn't looking at society. Certain holidays that people have holiday events, you won't see me there. Okay. You won't see me at, a few years ago we did a Thanksgiving event. It was all out of love. It was all trying to promote the holiday spirit. The holiday spirit. Like I said, once you do a little research and you get to the origins of some of these holidays, you may have a hard time celebrating. And that goes for all the holidays that are generally accepted in this society. I don't celebrate. I don't acknowledge. So with that being said, no, I can't. I wouldn't be able to. That'll be a conflict of my beliefs, and I got to be real with myself. I could, even if it's going to be a good. We had a great time down there for Thanksgiving, for the event. But now that I know what I know now, I can't forsake my beliefs. That's deep behind it, and I think that honestly, the best thing that you can do, as in the society, in community and giving, is the knowledge at this point. Now knowing what I know now is that the knowledge is more important than free turkey from Safeway. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen what the knowledge did to me. If the knowledge on somebody and they take it and they plant it and it blossoms, then there's no greater gift. So that would be where I lie with that. I definitely wouldn't mind helping people out when I can, but that just doesn't mean that I'm helping everybody whenever they come to me anymore like I tried to before. I've learned a lot more about life, and I learned a lot more about myself, and I believe that it was my time there ran its course. I learned what I needed to learn. I developed some new traits that were good for me. I got rid of some traits that were bad for me. That's right. I learned how to deal with people. I learned how to. I was put in authoritative positions, so I learned a little bit about being a leader. I learned, responsibility, and these are all things that are genuinely needed in life. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that the Most High put me in that position for that. So I learned all praises. I learned what I needed to learn, and so now that I know what I know now, I'm listening to music that soothes what I know, and so that truth music. And I can't go back. I can't listen. Jay-Z was my favorite artist. I can't listen to Jay-Z no more. I can't even do it. You know what I mean? It's dope, as talented as he is, but knowing what he's really rapping about, like when you really break it down, like I said back with crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff don't make no sense if you're really trying to be productive in life and grow in life in more ways than vain ways. You know what I mean? So can't really listen to a lot of the stuff that I listen to unless it has like a underlying positive message behind it that I can still feel. But I don't really listen to. I definitely don't listen to like these new artists that they mumbling. Some of the artists I listen to: John Boy, PZ, Shot, Dub, Brother Bronze. He's dope. Brother Bronze, check him out on YouTube. Brother Bronze, singer Fred the Genius. He's nice. Who else? There's a few more. You kind of just type in Truth Music on YouTube, and I believe that it's set up for us. It's set up for our failure, man. That's right. These record labels is looking for you. These guys is talented, man. These guys, some of these guys is talented. They didn't even rap like that 40 years ago before they record deal. They was rapping like Nas and Tupac and whatnot, and they had some lyrics. But now I feel like they get in that boardroom and they say, you know what's a hit now. You know what the kids like now. What's that? Mumble rap, just jibber jabber. Just make it all about being dumb and out of your mind and being high and being like you have no conscience.
Yeah, it's like dumb is the new cool or something. You know, they done overpopularized being a junkie.
Yeah, man. I believe that it's literally, it's not a trend. It's being pushed on us. You know what I mean? And you put it behind a nice beat. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like, but at the end of the day, we don't look at the detrimental aspects of some of this music because it does more than just sound good and feel good. You go to dance to. I used to think that, but when you get to the point where now you got kids that watch these artists and dumb is the new cool and no conscious is the new conscious, and they everything about them is no substance, no their mannerisms is they don't care desperately, but that's what they want. They're trying to create that in our society, and it went from P Diddy and vain and materialistic rap. It went to the drugs and T.I. and Jeezy and a lot of these big drug dealing rappers. And people they soak it up, man, and it becomes their lifestyle, man. And you know what I mean? It's being done on purpose, man. You gotta look under the surface. Who owns these corporations? I don't hear no country singers singing about they pushing the most dope, and they.
There's a lot of mess going through them country people spots, man. And you don't hear them rapping about it. I do understand that. I mean, it's like they like you said, man. They designed it so that we keep each other doing it. So we don't want to be doing.
Yeah, man. It's
these other music groups have some of the same problems as far as drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, but they don't glorify it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's for our detriment. You know what I mean? And when you finally get that understanding, it's really hard to muster it. Like I said, I got just something inside of me that it's hard to intake. So I couldn't continue promoting, listening to this music. I couldn't do it. I'm in love with the coca. It was one of the songs that was hot when I was coming towards this knowledge, and it was just really hard, like watching people do a dance referring to stirring up some coke. Knowing that somebody in this crowd of 400 people is probably going to think that that's cool, and they're going to start doing it, and they're going to end up with 45 years to life, possibly, because they're in love with the coca, because of this stupid song, and because when it came on, I made it even hyper by being on the mic and hyping it up, and it was an inner battle with myself, and I had to just say, they can have it, keep the money. I gotta keep my conscience pure and know that I didn't help in this arena, which is exactly what I was doing. So just once again, I was crazy. You know what I mean? It's another example of being crazy to me is assisting the sick society in whatever way you possibly can. So we don't take ourselves accountable when it comes to every little thing that we do, we should be looking at like, yo, I'm helping. I know this music is detrimental to my people and to our people, to all people. And you know what I'm saying? I know it's nothing good about it, but I'm gonna go still tell people to come out and listen to it and shake their tail feather and get drunk to it. And it's gonna affect their spirit. And they could possibly do something that is going to affect their life and possibly affect their soul. That's a lot of weight to bear, man. You know what I mean? And it's not just me. I think that every single person watching this have those same abilities. You know what I mean? Are you just a single mother? You got your babies in the car. You got a baby girl in the car, and you listen to Chris Brown. These hoes ain't loyal.
That's right.
What you think that baby's doing? Thinking. You know, kids are in their most primal learning stage when they're children. You know what I mean? So what they hear, they intake, they believe. You know what I'm saying? And you're playing that type of music in their face. You're possibly creating that mindset for them, and you're doing detriment. You know what I mean? So and I'm not getting on anybody. I'm just telling people just to think a little bit, man. And like I said, I still got things that I need to. You know what I mean? It's the whole society that we live in that we really got to break down, look at, and then make our moves according. Take your steps according. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that.
We definitely appreciate you taking the time out to come through. You know, share your story with us, man. I mean, you could have went anywhere, but you know, you came in, and I really appreciate you for that. I would like to know if there's anything that you particularly want. You know?
Oh man. Well, let me go now. I would definitely like people to understand that you being alive is big, and you have the ability to take your life in your own hands, and your life starts with your mind. You've got to nurture your mind. You've got to pay attention to what's being put in your mind, and take your mind back. That's the beginning of breaking ourselves from this cycle of sickness. We live in a society that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And it takes baby steps. I'm not all the way there. I got things I'm working on. I'm seeking. I'm looking. I'm searching. But I know that there's another path. You know what I mean? And I encourage all to just seek that path, man, because once you do, and you know, things will work out for the better. I'm in a better place. I'm a better person because of the things that I know now. Whether people believe that or not, or see that or not, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? But I would like people to just sit back and examine their surroundings and take back control of their life from society. You know what I'm saying? And make it make sense. Make life make sense for you. You know what I'm saying? And that would really be it. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for inviting me. I like to give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, written up in the Bible, and for allowing this day to happen and giving us another day to seek Him and live by His ways, the ways that we have found to live by, to be the truth. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out to StreetVitals. For all y'all. Check out StreetVitals.com.